This is Levi Ruth, the Dragon Slayer, suited for you. Big respect.
Right. Yes, guys, Suit View podcast. Today we're here with...
I'm Simon Flanagan, owner of FlansKicks.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it.
Obviously, we spoke previous.
Yeah, I've had
It's not. Yeah, it's not just. You woke up one day and decided to sell shoes. So, take it away, man.
So with the shoe thing, we'll start off from basically how I ended up where I am. And so about 10 years ago, I got into a bit of trouble in Birmingham, and I had a friend that was already going out to Spain and working for the summer. Said to me, "Oh, come out there, I'll get you a job, get you somewhere to stay." I went out there not knowing anything and ended up staying for like 4 years. I came home after the first summer, and then after the second summer I came home, went back, and then didn't come home for like 3 years.
Okay.
I was ticket selling out there in the summer, so selling tickets for events, boat parties, bar crawls, kiss event pool parties and stuff like that. And when I was out there, I met my missus now, who I'm with, Tegan.
Okay. Is she Spanish?
No, she's English. She's from Ely.
Okay.
She's by Cambridge. So
that's funny,
when
yeah.
we left Spain, we come back to live where she's from. I started off, her mum gave me a job at hair and beauty wholesalers.
Okay.
Because her mum seen me selling tickets.
Yeah.
She was like, wow, if you can do that and take 50 quid off 12 people that have never met you for an event they don't know about, if you're in a reputable company and go and see clients that know it's everything we need to do is learn the products. So I've done that, started smashing it.
So you're more like a salesman in a way.
Yeah, that's how I started. I basically, when I was in Spain, I was training myself to be a salesman, and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
She spotted it in me, gave me a job, and went out the road, and I thought, what can I do to improve my knowledge of selling? So when I go into a barber shop, say to someone, here's a clipper. I thought, if I'm a trained barber, then I can go in and say, I use this clipper, I use these scissors, they're better than yours because, and then a lot more people will listen to me. So I went to night school for 2 years, 6 till 9, twice a week. And as soon as I'd finished that, my knowledge on barbering and stuff like that was just crazy. So when I was going into these barbers, they were shocked.
So you trained for 2 years to not even be a barber? But to improve your sales skills.
To make the money in the sales repping job.
That is insane, bro. That is literally insane.
I ended up liking it, and I was really good at it. Learned it quick. So what I did was open a barber shop during lockdown.
Okay.
And worked there 3 days a week. Had barbers in there and carried on my sales managing job.
Okay.
Obviously, I opened that during lockdown. So when the second lockdown came, I already had the shop established, so I was entitled to all the money that they was giving out.
Yeah.
And because I was a sales manager at the hair and beauty wholesalers, I didn't really need that money. So what I did was think, what can I do to create a business within a business?
Okay.
And I love shoes. I've always loved
shoes. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So
from when I was a little kid, it's always been TNs, Air Maxes, Harachis, whatever was in fashion really. I had multiple pairs, colourways. So I thought, you know what? I knew there was an outlet in Birmingham, in Perry Bar.
Okay.
And I used to get mad steals from there. And I thought, you know what? It's coming up to Christmas. We're going to spend £1,000. Bought that within a week, bro. I doubled that to 2.5 in my barber shop. So I was like,
oh, well, you were selling the shoes in the barber shop?
Barber shop. I kitted out my barber shop like a reselling store. So you got the chairs.
Have you got any photos of this?
I have, yeah. I'll send you some.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll put them on the screen.
But I had a bar in there, Flanagan's bar at the back. I had trainers for sale.
So you had a bar in the... Bro, is this not... This is literally what I said. I said someone should make... I can't remember if it was to you or my mum. I said, if someone made a bar, made a barber shop and had a bar in there, like, you could make it of more of like... Because what I like here is I like thinking of a business idea, but instead of having it as one thing, whatever I'm going to do, turn it into a social club sort of thing. So people go there and it'd be like a nice trip. Do you know what I mean? Oh, do you want to come? And everyone's like, yeah, even if they're not getting a haircut. Do you know what I mean?
Jump in and say hello, what you doing?
Yeah.
And it creates a community, and it's somewhere like with the trainers and stuff. People then were just coming in to see the trainers, and it was crazy, bro. I was making that much money off the shoes. I seriously had to think about opening a shop, and jumping back straight after lockdown. I think it was like a week after the lockdown had finished, there was a Crep City show in Manchester. And I didn't know anything about these shows, but I found it quite interesting. But let me just book 2 tables there. And at this point, I probably had 200 pairs of bricks, just cheap stuff from the outlet, and a few pairs of Jordan 4s. I think I made £6,000 at my first event, bro. And from there,
What profit?
Profit was probably about 4 on that.
Yeah.
But from there, that was it. I was in deep, and I just kept reinvesting my money back into the shoes. And then, because we was doing so well, I thought, how can we take this now to the next level? Started looking at independent sneaker stores, and I realised there was nothing from where I am to London. So all the Cambridge area, there was nothing there. People are travelling to London.
Yeah, you've got like size and stuff,
Size
but
and
no
stuff like that,
like kick game or
exclusive.
something like that. Yeah.
So I had a look, started inquiring with properties, and then I spoke to my very good friend who I've grew up with and known for 20 odd years. He's a very intelligent businessman. He's got multiple businesses. So I thought, let me chat to him, because at that time I had about 30 grand's worth of stock. But to go to the next level, we'd need another 30, 40 grand in deposits, rent up front, more stock, kitting the shop out. So I made a proposal to him, to basically my vision, where I was going to go, and he invested a set amount for 49% of the company, and then that gave us the chance then to have the money there to then go and look at properties and get the ball rolling. But it wasn't as easy as it seems. Where the shop is in Cambridge, all the buildings are owned by a college.
Okay.
And it's very posh, and so my image straight away didn't really go with what they wanted.
Yeah. You want the proper like hip hop flag. Yeah.
So when I went there, put a suit on, had my Rolex on. I started talking about going to private school. I went to private school in Dubai. So when I want to, I can speak quite eloquently and switch it up a little bit, do you know what I mean? So I did that, and then he went from, maybe you're not the right candidate for this, to, you're the perfect candidate for this, do you know what I mean? When he knew we had the money there and we was ready to go and we were serious, they sort of changed their view on us. And then it was deposits, everything like that, and they give us 3 weeks to free rent to get in, get it started. And yeah, it was just a whirlwind, mate. I have these visions, yeah, when I think of a business, and I'll have a dream, and I'll see a vision of the store, and then I'll make it come to life.
It's the exact same as me, man. It's the exact same as me, you know, like, and it's so much easier when you like what you're selling. Like, I've done, 100%. I mean, bro, I'm a hoarder, I'm a collector. Like, you can see from the stuff I've bought, do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know, like Funko Pops?
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture, man. I've got like over 200 of them, and I only started collecting that a couple months ago. But
do you find yourself, when you get into something, you sort of obsess over it and da-da-da-da-da?
Maria will tell you. Like, I would decide I like Funko Pops the same day, have like 50 orders. Do you know what I mean? But it's
where they're dropping.
Yeah.
Exclusive ones are gonna be.
There you go, bro. So that's like one. I have a whole different room just for collecting. And these are just like different Marvel Adidas shoes.
And is it just anything you like, or is there a specific genre? Is it Japanese, or is it?
No, so it's anything I like. With the Funko Pops, there's no real order to it. I'll just order ones I think look cool, and then I start getting obsessive and need to collect sets and stuff like that. And but then anything Spider-Man, anything Lilo and Stitch, anything that I've like. It was even when I was younger, like I didn't like any Marvel, didn't like any Fantastic Four, just Spider-Man. But I had every Spider-Man suit, every Spider-Man comic, every Spider-Man toy. Like I've even my car, I've got little Spider-Man toys and that. And but yeah, any other superhero I can bin off. But then same with like different cartoons and stuff. Like Lilo and Stitch I love, but that's about it. Like I don't really like. I would watch Lilo and Stitch like 20 times in a day. Do you know what I mean? On the tape. Yeah, on the tape. And we still watch it. Like we'll have a movie night, we'll sleep on the floor and we'll put Lilo and Stitch on. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah. So I think for me, like not a lot of people are like that. You know, like there's so many adults that would be like, what, selling shoes? But for me, I'm like, yeah, man. And for me, there's a lot of people my age that would be like, what, you'd watch Lilo and Stitch? And I'm like, yeah.
That's the appealing factor. Like you make money out of it, but you enjoy what you do.
It doesn't feel like going to work. I get up every morning with spring in my step. I'm looking forward to going to work, looking forward to making content. And I'm just enjoying building the brand at the minute. I think you're never going to be a millionaire overnight. And I think people think because I've got this sneaker store, I make a lot of money. But the reality of it is, at the moment, I don't. I've took a massive pay cut from being a sales manager and having my own barbershop to then now just managing, well, say manager, I do everything for the shop. I am the social media, the stock buyer, I'm there serving the customers, I'll do everything.
You know what? That literally none of anything, the pay cut or anything matters. Like, I can tell. Do you know what I mean? For me, it literally, like, if you're going in every day, springing your step, then that's better than any amount of money.
It is, and as long as I can put food on the table for my kids, we can have one holiday a year and everything's paid for, then yeah, I'm happy building a company, because I think in 5 to 10 years, I'll have multiple stores and I'll be taking £50,000 dividends a year. And so you just got to work towards your dream, but sometimes you got to work towards a dream that no one else can see but you. You know what I mean? Because people will tell you you're not going to make it. Oh, why are you doing this? It's lockdown, this, that.
Especially with what you're doing. It's not like if you go up to most events, they're going to be like selling shoes.
And to be fair, since we've opened the store, we've gone into a bit of a crash of the market with the shoes. So I sort of opened at the worst time.
Yeah.
But we've got through all that. And like I said, I'm paying the wages, I'm paying the bills. And that's all I need to do, really.
Yeah,
and
man.
just keep going.
Bro, you can tell it's genuine, because I've just asked what 95s, and you're like, yeah, Air Max 95 size exclusive. Do you know what I mean? And even that, like, but if you ask a lot of salesmen, they're going to be like, oh,
I think that's what helps me sell shoes as well. When people come into the store, they can see my passion. Like, any shoe you ask me about, I know the backstory. And I think sometimes people don't know a lot about shoes. If you give them that backstory to the shoe, it makes them more interested.
It makes them feel a bit more like exclusive. Like, if you tell them, oh, that's that, and there was that amount made, and it actually was promoted by this, but and then they're like, yeah, I'll get that, because now I'm like a part of that story.
Exactly,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think I pride myself on my store, my customer service. No one can chat to me, like none of these big stores, because I've been in them myself, and you feel like you're not supposed to be there. Like, they'll look at you, and if you're not dressed a certain way, or they don't think you've got the money, they won't chat to you. Whereas any person that comes in my store, they get the same treatment, because I've had people you'd look at and think they're not going to buy anything, and they spend 10 grand. Someone else you think might spend a load of money, and they and are at the prices. So you can never judge, and you just have to give the best customer service to every person that walks through the door. And I think that will carry itself.
That's more than anything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that ties hand in hand with that is, obviously, you're talking about the crash in the market and the pay cards. So I know the answer, but for the viewers, I'm going to ask you a question that is going to seem obvious, but you've actually taken the route that's actually maybe you shouldn't, like, you know, do that. But I know what your thoughts about it is when you're doing these videos and you're giving away however much, like, why do you, if you're already in a crash in the market and you're already taking the pay cuts, like, why would you do that?
What, like the TikTok stuff?
Yeah, like, do that, like, saw the, obviously, the eggs and flour one.
So where my whole thing was, when I started, I wanted to be real and organic. And I know a lot of these stores and other Instagram pages, they might have 10 times more following than me. If you look at their engagement, they might have a post that's got 60 likes on and they've got 25,000 followers, where I've got 6,000. Some of my posts get 500-600 likes. My story gets 2,000 views every day. Like that what's the word? That ratio to views to
engagement.
The engagement.
That's what matters. Yeah.
And I look at some of these other pages and I think they must pay for followers and stuff like that. But I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to do everything organically, so I don't pay for advertisements with Google or anything like that. I put it all into TikTok because I think that's free advertising. We get millions, thousands of views on the videos, and say 50% of those people will be from the Cambridge area. So they're all engaging within the store, and from that, people are now coming to the store. I've seen you on TikTok and stuff like that. It's a bit weird being nearly 40. Kids and people like going to the train station, oh, you're Flans, you know what I mean? But if it's going to promote the business, I don't mind looking stupid on camera and doing these stupid things on camera, because at the end of the day, it's making my business better. And like I said to you earlier, we're starting making money now. We had one viral video a couple of weeks ago, and that's generating nearly £1,400 in a week.
Is that through the TikTok creator program?
Yeah, the beta program. So we heard about it, and obviously one of your guests that I've had on before, Costa Kid, big up Costa, he's done stuff with us before, so we got him to come down, had a sit down, thought what we might do well, And then one of the videos that we did think would do well did do well. It's done nearly 2 million views now, 12,000 followers.
Yeah, nothing much, nothing big.
Nothing big. I don't see it as big, bro. Like,
yeah,
I've got 30 now. I want 100.
yeah.
When I've got 100, I want 500. Like, I won't ever be happy. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we just said, didn't we? We had a podcast episode with Dali. Obviously, big up Dali. His whole thing is he's from London, and one of his big movements is like anti-knife crime and stuff. And he says that he literally wakes up every day wanting to make a positive change. And I said that's funny because like I know you don't wake up. Dali doesn't wake up thinking I'm just gonna stop knife crime tomorrow, because the person that likes walking will go further than the person that likes the destination, and that goes straight into what you're saying, like. 100's cool, but it's not better than 1,000. And 1,000's cool, but it's not better than 10,000. You know what I mean? So just keep pushing.
Keep pushing, but I think sometimes as well, like I have been non-stop working now for probably 3 years. I have a day off with my family because I've got 2 young kids, so my son's 2 and my daughter's 9 months. So I try and be in the house in the morning when they get up. So I'm leaving, they're getting up, so I get to say goodbye to them. And then I try and get home just before they go to bed so I can kiss a good night, whatever. And then on the Monday, I have the Monday off and just spend the time with the kids, because obviously that's what I'm working towards. I want to be able to have my shop running, maybe be going away, doing TikToks for half a day, coming back, seeing my family. Or the end goal would be to be on a beach in Thailand with my family there.
And a nice pair of TNs.
And everything else running, and just... aim for my lifestyle, because I think so many people work so hard to then retire at 70, and for me the most enjoyable part of your life then is gone. So what are you going to do with all that money you've saved and stuff like that? So my plan is 50, I want to retire, not retire, but I don't want to be so hands-on with everything, and be able to go and do 6 months in Spain if I wanted to, or 6 months in Thailand and take my family with me. So that is the end goal for me. Freedom, not financial freedom, just freedom to be able to go where I want.
If you want to do something, do it, and not have any second thoughts.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think? Obviously, we've been in contact since you've done the stuff with Costa, and I've been seeing a lot of like obviously a lot of people come in, brick through the window and stuff. Like, do you think that really affects much what you do, or do you think like?
It hurts me, bro. So the first incident we had a couple of weeks ago, so I was in store, sometime, my toilet's downstairs, so the store's empty, I'll just run downstairs quick, wash my hands, pop back up. And this time, someone actually ran in the shop, took £500 out of the till and stole the shop keys. I didn't actually realise until someone come to collect that cash, because that cash was a payment for consignment pair.
Okay.
The guy's come to collect the cash. I've opened the till. There's £20 in the till. I'm like, huh? And then more than anything, it was embarrassing for me, innit? Because he come to collect his money. His money was gone, and he was like, "Well, where's my money?" But bro, I genuinely don't know. But I was like, "Don't worry, we're the word
insured or
not insured. Like, we take responsibility,
Oh,
so you
okay,
get paid
yeah.
regardless. But let me just have a look at the cameras, whatever." And then as I was going to leave, I realised the keys had gone. Obviously, then he realised, obviously, something had happened. So it's my own fault, though. Coming back to it, I always blame myself, because I know I shouldn't be going downstairs without locking that door, or I'm just too trusting in people. But it must have been someone that's close to me, because they knew the keys would be in the till. They went past a £600 watch on the top, a bear brick worth £1,500. There's all Supreme collectibles by the door. So
it's weird. The motive's weird, because £500 cash. I suppose if you're taking an item, for it to be worth something means you'd have to sell it, and then you would know who's selling it.
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah, because I do know quite a lot of people in Cambridge now, so probably would have come back to me. And then off the back of that, a week later, come to work, and somebody tried to brick the window through. Whether it was the same people coming back with the keys, tried the keys, didn't work, so they tried to brick the window. But opposite, the Chinese, they have bins outside, and they tipped all the bins over and stuff like that. So I don't know whether it was just drunk people on Halloween, or but I've had cameras installed in the windows now, so we can sort of see out.
Yeah.
And we're insured, so. But it's horrible, mate. People think.
You think everyone's as nice as you?
Yeah, I do. That's my problem. I trust people until they give me a reason not to trust them. Where sometimes You
Got to be a bit more creative.
I think if you live your life not trusting people, you just there.
Yeah.
So that window is probably going to cost us £2,000 to replace because of the size of its safety glass and the insurance, so they're not covering it.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't want to give them people any attention. Like, I don't. I'm sure you feel the same, but I think for me, like, I've always been doing my own shit and trying to explain to people my age that don't do their own shit, like, oh no, I've just taken this loss. And when you're so used to having a 9 to 5 and being an employee, not an employer, like, I work now, obviously, digital marketing. If a window gets smashed, it doesn't affect my life.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? If the keys get taken, it doesn't affect my. If to be honest, if the keys get taken, normally I'm gonna get a day off. So like, do you know what I mean? But it doesn't, like, I've resold clothes. I've made reselling businesses. I've made like teeth whitening businesses. I've obviously do my podcast. Like, if something happens, I feel the effect. Do you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, man, it's just obviously me being 18. It's nice to like hear some advice on, like, I don't know. Obviously, this podcast room a problem could happen. It could not be available for the next 2 months, and then I'm like, shit, like, I don't know what to do. But yeah,
I'm sure you'd find it.
yeah, I would, yeah. But it's good to have, like, it's good to have role models, especially we're local as well. Obviously, we're from Bury.
Yeah.
You're from Thetford, so like, I'm sure you know the difference between, and obviously you being traveling and stuff, you know about, like, Cambridge, and I'm sure you visited Bury. It's not like London. Like, there's no one doing big things. There's no one doing, like, if there is, it's lucky. So these role models, like, it's not really people to be like, oh, I want to be like da da da, and know their sort of life story why they come up. Hence, that was the most reason why I started the podcast, because yeah, man, it's just
to get a bit more
of course,
story
bro.
out there, because a lot of people just see you've got that and they assume that you've been doing that all your life, but I haven't. I've only had my own business since the barbershop, really. So I sort of jumped in at the deep end, and I've sort of learnt myself along the way. Do you know what I mean? I've never done business studies. I've never done sales.
Same, yeah.
But all the other jobs that I've done have sort of been training me up for that without knowing. So yeah, it has been a steep learning curve, like you say, and as you probably know, you take the losses, but as long as you're passionate about what you're doing, then I think you'll always succeed, bro.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's the exact same as me. I haven't done business. I haven't done sales. Our school didn't even offer business. But being like having to sell yourself as well, I feel like, obviously you said where you grew up and stuff. I can imagine it wasn't like golden cutlery. Do you know what I mean? And being,
it's a bit of a 50-50, bro, to be honest, because I left school after year 7 from the Birmingham school, and my mum and dad had an opportunity to go and work out in Dubai.
okay,
Obviously at that age, bro, all my friends at that school, I didn't want to go really, but it was a massive opportunity, so we went. Stayed there for like 2 years. It was amazing, bro. We went from living in like a 3-bedroom semi-detached house to a villa, 6-bedroom villa, swimming pool. We had a maid.
yeah,
It was crazy, bro. The lifestyle was just so different. And then after 2 years of being there, I got offered an opportunity to come back and play professional football. I'll have a trial for Birmingham City.
just move the mic and take close. Sorry. Yeah,
So,
sorry. Carry on.
Came back to the UK. That didn't materialise. Ended up hanging around with the wrong people. My mum and dad are still in Dubai at this time.
Okay, how old are you?
14.
Okay.
So I'm now living with my my nan. Bless her, God bless her soul. And yeah, because obviously my nan would let me stay out a bit later, ended up getting involved with the wrong people, got into trouble, had a fight, seriously hurt the kid that I fought, and I nearly went to jail, bro.
Okay.
15. The only reason I didn't go to jail was because I'd already enlisted to join the army.
Okay.
So they sort of let me off with that as long as I joined the army when I said I was going to join and do 4 years. So I joined the army just before I was 16 at Winchester. Done my basic training 12 weeks. Then I went down to Bovington in Dorset.
Mhm.
Done another 6 to 8 months training, because that's you train to be a soldier at your basic training, and your second phase is where you train to do what your job's going to be. So for me, that was a tank soldier.
Okay.
So I had to learn how to fix the engines, how to change the tracks. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
The tank's got a 27 litre twin turbo Jaguar engine that's the size of 2 cars. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then I went and done a tour in Iraq in 2004.
Okay.
So I was out there for 7 months.
See some mad stuff.
That was interesting, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that turned me from a boy to a man because I literally went there just after I was 18. And
Don't imagine,
the fear of the unknown, going there, you don't know what to expect. So that was the scariest part for me, the fear of the unknown, not knowing what to expect. Being a young lad, I expected flying in, we'd have rocket grenades, like, you know what I mean? And it's nothing like that.
Thinking like Call of Duty or something. Yeah.
So obviously when you get there, it's not like that and your nerves settle down a bit. But yeah, man, that made me grow up so fast. And then after leaving the army, again, I sort of lost myself for a few years. I was doing agency work, doing a lot of stupid stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. And then, I got an opportunity to go out to Spain and sort of saved me, mate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saved me. I met my missus, and if I could say anything to you, bro, having a good woman by your side, which is what you got, push you far, because my missus, anything I want to do, she believes in me. I want to go to barbering school, do it. I want to open a sneaker reselling store, do it.
Yeah. Even when it's some not like.
Yeah, even if it's not the right time. She says to me, if you think you can do it and you've got the vision, do it, because I know you'll make it work. I said I want to go and open a shop in Thailand next year. She'd say, let's do it then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you need that person to say, believe in you and have that confidence in you. Because myself, on my own, I probably wouldn't have that confidence to go ahead and do it. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't it funny though? Like people, like I feel like we can relate on like when you just want to do something, and it won't be like I want to go and it'll be something basic. It's something, you know, very like external. Like a lot of people think about it, and I feel like I'm the same. But the people with like the most ideas end up being the ones that actually need that person to be like, actually, like you can do that.
Yeah, you do.
But
right?
I think when you know that you need that, it's because you're doing something that isn't safe. It's not something where you're guaranteeing it's not going to be good money, but it's going to be like solid. When actually, like, I think it's like scared money don't make no money.
Exactly, bro. It's true. And obviously, I don't mean like, I think I'm going to go and buy a bar in Thailand tomorrow and go and do it. I've fully, like you said before, I obsess over something for that long that I'll become an expert in that field.
Yeah.
And then I feel as though once you become an expert or know something very well, the risks then go from 100% to 15%. Because if you've thought about everything that you're going to do and all the things that could possibly go wrong, then
it's literally like what you're saying is what I say. Like, what was you learned something about the way someone thinks?
I think it's just like, it's a bit of an autistic side. Like, people with autism, like, it's very common. Like, if you get one thing, you obsess over it, and then suddenly you can wake up and decide, nah, I don't even care about that anymore. But then you'll find something, it goes on and on and on and on. It can range from anything that, like, I don't know, a plant to starting a business, and then it just keeps going on and on and on. But once you find that one thing that you're really, like, you enjoy, you obsess over it, but you're never ever going to lose it in your heart, because it's like you said, it's that element of passion. Like, you always have a passion for it, regardless of whether you act upon it or not. It's always going to be inside.
Yeah, definitely. I've never been diagnosed, but I think I've got ADHD.
It could be a tendency.
Because sometimes I like to say, I will hyper focus on that and not be able to get it out of my head and just like literally go into a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because the second time we went into lockdown, I wasted the first lockdown. Sleeping, smoking, just doing nothing, bro. So I said, if we go into lockdown again, I'm going to use the time, I'm going to learn the language, I'm going to do something. Obviously, then the sneaker thing come up. And before then, I only used to wear Air Maxes. So I didn't have a clue where you would even buy a Jordan 1 from, because from where I'm from, no one ever wore Jordans. It was all 95s, TNs, that sort of vibe. Whereas London, obviously, people like the Jordans and stuff. So yeah, it started there, learning where to buy these Jordans. Then I found out about the raffles and just snowballed there. Like I said, I went down a rabbit hole for like 3 months and just constantly on it, and come out the other side and opened my shop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I'd say it's funny because like, I keep going back to it. Like the doing a barbering course so you can sell hairdressing products. It's mad to me. Like that's so inspirational.
It's all about the money, bro, innit? So, like I was thinking, if I go in here and I'm just because what I used to get was salesman trying to sell us stuff. I thought, how can I change that opinion of me? So if I walk through a door and I say, I'm a qualified barber, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I've done basically all the hairdressing courses we put on in the wholesalers. I'd sit and attend those. So my knowledge of hairdressing wasn't as good as a hairdresser, but I could go in and say, right, this bleach lifts line level.
And this is why. And this, yeah.
Or this bleach does this, it goes into the cuticle, it works from the inside out, all this knowledge. And then they'd look at you like, oh, this kid actually knows what he's talking about. And I can say, I've got my own salon, I use these products in my salon because of this, I use these clippers because of this. And then I would find people just buy whatever I'm talking about because they believe in the product, because I believed in the product. And then, I've done really
and I suppose
well.
you can probably spot out problems that they haven't even experienced yet. So it's like, yeah, man. I keep jumping, my apologies, I'm jumping about, but back to what you were saying, when the whole door thing happened and you blamed yourself, and you also think about, like, when something happens, you'll think about everything that could go wrong with that. And then when you don't think about that and something goes wrong, you like proper blame yourself.
I do, mate, yeah. I don't know if that's
I do the exact same, bro. Literally.
Yeah, so I always think of a way to blame myself, like, and it always comes back to me, like, when the thing got robbed, the money, the camera should have been on and recording, but BT came in on the Tuesday, this was on the Friday, and they reset all our internet, and I didn't realise I had to recalibrate the cameras to the new password and stuff. So the cameras weren't working. Yeah. So my fault. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise I would have had the camera footage and I would have caught them.
But do you understand? Like, a lot of people would have been like, "Fuck, BT didn't even let me know." It's literally like, I can't even stress. I literally say the exact same thing. They're like I got a parking ticket and I got 2 in 2 days. And now I'm like, well, we're literally walking and getting the tube everywhere. Or if we're going on maps and we're looking at parking nearby. And and even if it makes me late, I'm not parking somewhere if there's a risk. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and then, but when it happened, like when it happened, I was literally like I was in the taxi on the way because my car got impounded. And I'm literally sitting there like, I'm hating myself so much right now because it's my fault. I'm stupid. I'm like, yeah, we'll just park there because I hadn't had a parking ticket before. And then PCN 2 in 2 days, late for podcast. We had a music event we're hosting, and I was like stressed. But yeah, man, like I'm literally all the time. I'm saying to Maria, I'm like we need to think of every single way that, like, sometimes I'll say to you, you'll be like, oh, why don't we just do this? And I'll be like, no, what about this? And you're like, dude, that's never gonna happen. I'm like, but it does. It's not gonna happen until it does. You know what I mean? So
but I think if you learn from, so my motto is, if you learn from a mistake, it's not a mistake, it's a lesson. Do you know what I mean? And as long as you don't make that mistake again and you've learned from it, then it's a valuable lesson. Yeah. Sometimes for me, they're fucking expensive lessons. yeah. But they are lessons and I learn from them. So, funny story actually, one of the nights, I was in a rush to catch my train, so boom, locked the door, ran to the train station, got on the train, I'm halfway to Ely now, and I've got this German kid, hello? I think you locked us in your door. Nah. So
got to go all the way back.
Ely, but I phoned my pal who had a key, and he luckily went and let him out, but they was in there for like an hour and a half, man. Crazy, but yeah, I thought I'd just...
Well, to be fair, it's an interesting store to spend an hour and a half in. It's better than like something else.
But there's only one way in, one way out, so I might just give a quick check of the bags, give them a bottle of Prime each and send them on there.
There you go. They benefited though, they benefited. Yeah, man. Really quick, we've got about 10 more minutes. One thing I really want to touch on, obviously I said when I come in here, because I do digital marketing, we work with a lot of companies, and I will constantly push TikTok, Instagram, like you need to have socials and stuff, and they're like, and some of them it might be for funeral directors, but it's like nowadays, like back in the day when you used to phone up or look and go word of mouth and see what a company's about, it's literally just Instagram. Like people check Instagram, people check Facebook. It depends on the range and what it is. Like, how do you think? What makes you know? Obviously, now you're benefiting from TikTok. I can guarantee it wasn't like that at the start. No, it wasn't. So, what was the bit that made you think? Like when most people your age, I suppose, would be like, oh yeah, this is bullshit because your first 3 videos doesn't got 1 million views. Yeah. Like, what made you know that that's going to be successful?
To be honest, Matt, I didn't. I just thought it's do this, and it's free advertising. Like, to be honest, Matt, I don't know. I've got a very good lad who works with me called Noah. He's only 14, but he's very, very intelligent for his age. He does all my video editing. He does all my photography. And at 14, I don't know if you've watched any of the TikToks and stuff. The quality of it for his age, bro, is crazy. So I owe a lot of it to him because he comes in on his only day off. He does school 6 days a week and comes and works with me on a Sunday. But yeah, just him telling me, well, suggesting like I think this will go far.
Was he doing your socials today? Was he doing?
Yeah.
Because I saw you done at like 2 o'clock. I think no, it wouldn't have been 2. Maybe about 1 or 2ish. I saw a post. It was like in the shop all day or whatever, and I was like, shit, man, he must have forgot he's got a podcast. But obviously it's him.
TikToks.
Yeah.
So the 2 young lads, when they're in on a Sunday, they'll go out and do like street interviews and stuff like that, just so we've got content. And then every now and again we'll do a few of the giveaways. So last week we done 3 chili eating ones that we've got in the chamber now. Costas, we've still got a Costa video to go out. And they would have done loads of street interviews today. Even the street interviews, they don't cost, well, they do cost me because obviously I pay him, but the cost is minimal. So for them views, if they get 10,000 views, it's a tenner.
And the one of the such interesting things is like when you do you go up to like random people and you'll be like, do you want this shoe for £20? And it'll be like a Travis Jordan 1. And they'll be like, no.
This is an interesting topic actually, because, so for me, with the TikToks and social media in general, I will scour TikTok, I will scour Instagram Reels, YouTube Reels, Shorts, whatever they're called. And if I see a video that I think that I can, like, not copy, but I can use that format but turn it like sneaker related, I'll go ahead and do it, because I don't think in this world that we live in now that you can come up with an idea and it's yours. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying go out there and copy everyone's videos, but if something's going viral, so like I see a guy in America do this thing where he throws stuff up in the air and you catch it, you keep it.
Yeah, that's what we've done with Costa, hasn't it?
Let me do that, with the shoes. I got Costa to do that with the shoes. I've done it with the tech fleece and stuff like that. They might not have got the views that I was hoping for, but eventually one of them will, like with the chili one with Costa, 2 million views, or the one we done with Off-White Jordan Force, 5 million views. And that one I actually seen FlansKicks do. And I thought, right, let's try that, and it went viral. And because of that, they blocked us on all socials. Proper blocked us on all socials, everything. I'm like, why be salty? Like, I might do a video that you see that you think you can do your own little spin on.
And you're not going to be salty.
Like,
And you're not going to be like every idea you think of is going to be be plagiarized at some point. Like, you're already making a video because you've seen someone else do it, so then should we not make videos? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's literally
now, Kick Game, we've got OG Kicks,
Fedor Sneaks, all these
who's
people.
And before Kirsch did it, Kick Game did it before that. It was all going on in America, so like for you to block me and like be salty, I don't know if it's whether it's the owners or the staff or whatever, but I don't really care, to be honest. But I just thought it was a bit funny. And you know what I mean?
That's joke.
Childish stuff. Theirs did. I think theirs did, but I think theirs got like 1.2 million views, and ours is now on 5.
Yeah, that's not touching FlansKicks though, is it? That's not touching FlansKicks though.
Nah. To be fair though, they have killed it, man. They've got 3 stores now. Fair play to them. But
is that what you're hoping to do?
yeah, but do you know what? When I first started, I thought, oh, boom, I'll have a new store next year. Yeah, it's not that easy, bro. To get to get the stock levels. Like, I really want to have a chat with Ryan from OG Kicks, because he's just opened his second store, and the amount of stock that he's got. But he opened his first store like 9 years ago. So that's given me an eye opener. Like, you're not going to open your next store after a year, after 2 years, 3 years. It's going to take time to get there. And I want to do it properly. The next store, I want to be better than the first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm sure it's easier to go from like 4 to 5 than from 1 to 2. So once you get the ball rolling, like it's probably a lot more easier to carry on.
By that time, who knows how many followers we'll have on Instagram, on TikTok and stuff like that. So
who knows how many Air Maxes you have then?
Yeah. You can never have too many Air Maxes.
So you got 600, you say?
Maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but I've definitely got over 450 to 600 pairs.
Is that last time you counted?
I don't count them, bro. I just know I've got rooms and storage units and everywhere. Some families.
Personal ones or like stock?
No, that's my personal.
Bro, we're gonna have to sort out.
Stock in the store is probably 400, and then I've got more than the store.
We're gonna have to do some sort of day in the life of just you showing us your kicks, bro. Like literally, man, we'll have to sort it out.
Like, even if it's not us, but looking into someone else's, like it's just. Like you said, you know all the backstories of each tune.
I do, man. I'll pull out some interesting tunes for you, man.
I've got some cool ones. I've stepped away from Jordans and stuff now. I'm more into like obviously the Balenciagas, like the OVOs, like Timberland and stuff like that. But I don't really. I've got some Jordan 5 Chinese New Years. They're quite cool. I got them from Kick Game. I've got a couple nice bits. But if you had to say the top 5 pairs of shoes ever, what would your top 5 be, man? And I'm gonna have the pictures on the screen as well.
So, what, as in models or as in
Actual specific shoes, yeah.
It is.
And
So,
you don't have to own them either. It can be any
so
shoe.
number 1 will be the OG TN Blue Shark.
Okay.
That is my all-time favourite shoe. I just bought a second pair. It's my birthday on Wednesday, so I've got a pair already, but I just bought another pair to double up on it because
Yeah, may as well.
2015 now they're not going to be easy to get hold of soon. So that'll be my number 1. Number 2 will be the OG Neon or Air Max 95.
95. Yeah, you said on your story you wanted to get them, didn't you? Yeah.
I've got a couple pairs, but that's just another pair one.
May as well, wouldn't
Double up on
it?
it.
Yeah.
That's 3. Is that 2?
That's
2.
two,
Blue
yeah.
Shark OG 95. Day of the Dead, Air Max 95.
Yeah. You just done them for the Halloween shoes.
Sauce, yeah. They're a sick pair. My custom Travis Scott Phantoms.
Yeah.
I Tiffany'd them up. So painted all the stitching black and they've got a Tiffany swoosh on them, like the Air Force Ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to pay a bag for them, so I just customised my Phantoms. And then the 5, I'll go with the Why So Sad SB Dunk, just because of the story behind it. So I don't know if you know, you've seen the shoe.
Yeah, but has it got the sad face on?
Now it's got a little bird on the back and then it says Why So Sad underneath the tongue. But what it is, it's a talking point for men's mental health.
Okay.
And I do struggle with a bit of mental health problems myself, from anxiety, PTSD from the army,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that shoe really resonated with me.
Yeah.
Every time I wear them, I try and talk about mental health, which is always a good thing to do, bro.
Yeah,
Because
bro.
boys get sad too, man.
Yeah, man. That's it's another one of them things when you start talking about it in store as well. I'm sure people are so intrigued because like to them that's just another shoe.
I've been told to write a book, bro.
Yeah. What about shoes?
Just about my life, innit?
Oh.
Obviously, there's a few things that have happened in my life that I haven't gone into too much detail in here because I think they're a bit too personal and people might judge, but I've had a really interesting life, bro. I've done some stupid things and I've been all around the world. I've lived in Dublin, I lived in Dubai, lived in Germany with the army, Spain. So yeah, I've been all around the world. I've had a lot of life experiences. Yeah, and I'm glad I've done what I've done. Met the right woman. Because I always said I weren't going to have kids unless I met the right woman that I know I could grow up, see my kids grow up. Because there's too many women out there that something goes wrong in a relationship, they'll use your kids as a tool and not let you see your kids wear it. That's always been one of my biggest fears. So yeah, I met the woman of my dreams and had 2 kids with her. I've got a house. But yeah, I'm living the dream, bro. Got my own business. I'm loving life, man.
Good, man. As long as you're waking up every day looking forward to what you're going to do.
Yeah, health is wealth. So I want to stop smoking as well this year. Because yeah, I think if someone offered you, so say if I said this to you now, I'd give you £10 million now. Would you accept it?
Yeah.
There's one catch. Don't wake up tomorrow morning. Would you take it?
No.
So then your life is worth, waking up tomorrow is worth more than £10 million here. So just remember that when you wake up tomorrow, you get me.
Yeah.
Mad,
It's
isn't it?
story, yeah.
It's mad. Yeah.
Yeah, so
If
put the
someone offered you
fucking
£10 million,
vape down.
but you're not going to wake up tomorrow morning, you'd say no. So waking up tomorrow morning is worth £10 million. You've got to appreciate life, man. Health is wealth.
Good, man. And on that note, man. Yes, guys, it's been the Sued For You podcast. We just wrapped up the episode with FlansKicks. We've got the episodes on the screen. Go like, subscribe. Yeah, man. Hope you enjoyed.
You got man. I hope I didn't waffle on too long.